Top 10 Most Dangerous Jobs in the Ocean. Only the bravest survive. Think your job is tough? Imagine working in a place where the ground beneath you is moving. Storms can strike without warning, and sharks might be the least of your worries. In today's countdown, we're diving into the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the ocean, where workers face life-threatening risks daily. From the freezing Arctic to the depths of the Pacific, these aren't jobs for the faint of heart. So, if you're ready for a thrilling ride, grab your life jacket, because this is going to be intense. Number 10. Marine biologists, field research. You might picture marine biologists as people who swim with dolphins and discover new species of fish. But when you're researching in the middle of the ocean, it's not all sunny skies and smooth sailing. Marine biologists studying sharks, whales, and deep-sea creatures often spend months at sea, navigating dangerous waters, diving in unknown areas, and working in isolated locations. One wrong move, and they could find themselves in life-threatening situations. Take the example of Michael Packard, a lobster diver who was swallowed by a humpback whale off the coast of Cape Cod in 2021. He was trapped inside the whale's mouth for nearly 30 seconds before the whale spit him back out. Sure, not every biologist ends up inside a whale, but you get the picture. This job isn't just about swimming with cute animals. Number 9. Underwater welders. Imagine working with electricity underwater. Sounds insane, right? Well, that's exactly what underwater welders do, and it's one of the deadliest jobs out there. These workers repair ships, bridges, and oil rigs deep below the surface. Not only do they face risks from drowning or underwater pressure, but they're also constantly at risk of electric shock and explosion. One tragic example is the story of Jordan Ede, an experienced underwater welder who died during a routine inspection dive when his air supply became tangled in a structure. Despite his experience, the dangers were too great. The combination of cold water, low visibility, and hazardous equipment makes this one of the riskiest jobs on Earth. Still think welding sounds easy? Try doing it in the dark while holding your breath. Number 8. Commercial fishermen. Did you know that fishing is one of the deadliest professions in the world? And we're not talking about a relaxing day casting lines at the lake. This is the high seas. Commercial fishermen brave some of the roughest waters in search of high-value catches like crab and tuna. Bering Sea crab fishing, made famous by the show Deadliest Catch, is especially treacherous, with towering waves, icy conditions, and heavy equipment posing constant threats. In 2005, the fishing vessel Big Valley sank, and only one crew member survived. Every year, dozens of fishermen are lost at sea. Imagine trying to haul in a 700-pound crab pot while a 50-foot wave crashes down on your boat. Sound relaxing? Yeah, I didn't think so. Number 7. Offshore Oil Rig workers. Working on an oil rig isn't just dangerous, it's a battle against the ocean itself. Workers on offshore rigs extract oil from deep beneath the ocean floor, often in extremely harsh conditions. They face the constant threat of fires, explosions, storms, and equipment malfunctions. In 2010, the Deepwater Horizon disaster shook the world when an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico exploded, killing 11 workers and spilling millions of barrels of oil into the ocean. The danger is real, and workers on these rigs risk their lives every day. And by the way, when the wind picks up and you're miles offshore, there's nowhere to run. Number 6. Deep-sea treasure hunters. Ever dreamed of finding buried treasure? Well, deep-sea treasure hunters actually do it, but the risks they face are no fairy tale. These adventurers dive to the ocean's depths to recover sunken ships, lost treasures, and historical artifacts. It might sound glamorous, but it's a deadly business. Extreme water pressure, unpredictable currents, and dangerous creatures make these dives incredibly perilous. And let's not forget the risk of equipment failure at several thousand feet below the surface. In 1985, Mel Fisher became famous for discovering the wreck of the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora de Atocha, worth over $450 million. But before the treasure was found, several of Fisher's crew members lost their lives, including his son. Still dreaming of treasure? Keep in mind that the real cost might be your life. Number 5. Submarine pilots. Ever wonder what it's like to explore the deep sea in a submarine? Well, it's not just about looking through portholes, it's about surviving in one of the most dangerous environments on Earth. Submarine pilots explore deep-sea trenches, underwater volcanoes, and wreck sites. The extreme pressure at such depths could crush a submarine if something goes wrong. In 2013, Titanic filmmaker James Cameron became the first person to solo dive to the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean. Even with advanced technology, the risk of equipment failure, leaks, or getting trapped thousands of feet underwater is ever present. Feel claustrophobic yet? Just wait until the pressure gauge starts climbing. Number 4. Shark taggers. You've heard of people tagging animals in the wild, but what about sharks? Yeah, these guys get up close and personal with one of the ocean's top predators. Shark taggers collect data on shark movements and behaviors by attaching satellite tags to their fins. This means they have to lure the sharks close enough to catch, tag, and release them. One wrong move, and they could be in the water with an angry shark. In 2017, marine biologist Greg Skomal had a near-death experience while tagging great white sharks off the coast of Cape Cod. One of the sharks lunged at him, coming within inches of his feet as he stood on the research boat's platform. Think swimming with sharks is terrifying? Try tagging one with nothing but a stick and a satellite transmitter. Number 3. Saturation divers. Saturation diving is not just a job, it's one of the most extreme professions in the world. Imagine living underwater for weeks at a time, working on oil pipelines or underwater structures. These divers work at depths of up to 1,000 feet and live in pressurized environments for extended periods. Decompression sickness, or the bends, is a constant threat, and any mistake could be deadly. In 2012, saturation diver Chris Lemons was trapped underwater for more than 30 minutes without oxygen after a technical failure. Miraculously, he survived, but many others aren't so lucky. Ever thought about living underwater? It's not as fun as it sounds when you're breathing a mix of helium and oxygen and can't come to the surface without hours of decompression. Number 2. Salvage divers. When a ship sinks or an oil tanker goes down, someone has to clean it up, and that's where salvage divers come in. These divers recover valuable materials and repair underwater structures after disasters. They often work in zero visibility conditions, battling unpredictable currents and dangerous debris. In 2020, Bjorn Haugland, a salvage diver working to recover a sunken oil tanker, was nearly killed when a section of the ship collapsed, pinning him beneath heavy debris. Imagine working in total darkness, with sharp wreckage all around, knowing one wrong move could be your last. Number 1. Search and rescue divers. And at number 1, we have the ultimate ocean heroes, search and rescue divers. These professionals dive into the ocean during some of the most treacherous conditions imaginable. Stormy seas, raging currents, and underwater disasters. They risk their lives to save others, often in situations where time is running out. During Hurricane Katrina, search and rescue divers were deployed to find survivors trapped in flooded homes and cars. In these high-pressure situations, there's no room for error. Can you imagine diving into the middle of a hurricane with the clock ticking and lives on the line? These divers do it every day. So there you have it, the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the ocean. Whether they're swimming with sharks, welding deep underwater, or living in a pressurized chamber for weeks, these brave men and women face the ocean's most unforgiving conditions every day. The next time you're at the beach enjoying the waves, just remember, the ocean isn't always friendly. For these workers, it's a place of constant danger, where every dive could be their last. And now I have to ask, could you do any of these jobs? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment for more exciting stories like this. Let us know what topics you'd like to see next on the channel. Thanks for watching.